to close this with a couple of, it's an emotional time for Mrs. Shapell. I want to just raise your spirits a little more, because we just today got news of another engagement of a young man who studied at Shapell's about 1.5 years ago. Alon Eshet, I'm not sure how many of you remember Alon, and he's engaged to a woman who has been studying ongoing at Midrash Rachel over the last couple of years. Both of them who made Aliyah, Neely Grutman, so we can wish Mazel Tov to Alon and Neely, and they just got engaged today. LA, from LA, right, Neely's from Los Angeles. In that vein, I just want to share another story that, again, that the Rebbe and I witnessed. It was actually also written up, but it wasn't written up 100% accurately, so I ask apologies in advance to my Rebbetzin that I'm going to just correct it a little bit more. We were in Beth Jacob together as scholars in residence over Shavuos, and there was a big appeal being made for the IDF. They needed certain things for the Israel Defense Force, for the army, for the soldiers, and they were soliciting. There was a big appeal. The rabbi made a big appeal, and very important, and Mr. Shapell is one of the major philanthropists of the shul. You know, you want to get the big people to open the contributions and set the tone so that people don't start, pledging $50. And Mr. Shapell pledged $18,000, and it was announced $18,000. And so a couple of other people came in, and Baruch Hashem, one of the good, healthy competitions is who can give more tzedakah. And there was another philanthropist there, and he pledged $25,000, and the campaign is going really well. And then I'm sitting in shul, and I see Mr. Shapell gets up, and he walks over to the Ezrat Nashim. There's a mechitza in Beth Jacob. It's not a high mechitza, and Mr. Shapell sits right at the edge of the mechitza, and he leans over, and they're talking. And then he comes back, and he goes over to the rabbi or the person soliciting the contributions, and the announcement is Mr. Shapell has just raised his gift to $100,000 for the IDF. Now, that's an amazing story, and I wish all of you the opportunity to be able to do that also. But what you have to learn from that, and what you have you'll have an exemption if you don't donate $100,000 if you don't have enough money. But what you will not be exempted from is the respect that existed in the marriage between David, Zichrono Livracha, and Yibada L'chaim Tovim, Mrs. Shapell. Rabbi Shuren always says, over and over again, the most important thing in a marriage is respect. And people who saw, and I was blessed to see it as a young child, and over the years, I visited them many times, the respect that they had for each other, that's something that every one of you can and must emulate. And that's something that we talk about role models. That is a role that each of you has to look at. And remember, in your marriages, both men and women, Ezrat Hashem, there will be many more shidduchim from the people sitting in this room on both sides of the mechitza. But the marriage is built on respect, and that's something that we learned from the Shapell marriage of over 50 years, 60 years, I don't even know exactly. 65 years. Okay, you don't stay married to the same person happily for 65 years easily. It's hard work. It's pleasurable work, it's enjoyable work, but it's hard work. And I wish all of you the opportunity. If you don't have the opportunity to be a $100,000 giver in a shul campaign, you all have the opportunity to have marriages built on respect. And with that, we really can honor the memory of Mr. Shapell, Zichrono Livracha, and every person here with the Torah and the midos and the character traits that they will exhibit and their commitment to Israel and the Jewish people. That will be the aliyah of the neshama of Mr. Shapell. Yehי Zichro Baruch.